This is the inside of the Swift Conqueror 480. If I firstly move to the main control panel, I can turn the 12 volt on by pressing the power button just here. Once we've done this, you'll see that we have an illumination here just indicating that we're currently connected to main supply and that we're using the caravan battery. If I now press view levels, we can see the condition of the leisure battery, and we can also see how much water is in the onboard water tank. Turn the water pump on and off just here. We need the water pump on so we can get water out of the taps and fill the boiler if it has been drained down. If I now move to the Aldi control panel for the heating and hot water system, you'll see at the moment that it's in the off position here, and it's also indicating that we're connected to main supply, and it's given us an internal temperature of the caravan. If I now press any button, you'll see it will illuminate, and then all the icons will begin to flash as you move across them. So before we do anything, we firstly want to decide whether or not we're going to run the system on gas or on main supply, or a mixture of both. So if I arrow across to the little picture of the flame, so if I want to run it on gas, you'll see it's in the off position at the moment, on here, like so, and then we would be running the system on the gas supply. If I now turn it back off again and then move across to the little picture of the lightning strike, we can obviously run the system on mains if we have mains connected. And again, if I now press the on button, you'll see 1, 2 basically appear, so we can run the system on 1 kilowatt or 2 kilowatts, so just dependent on the amperage of the site you're on to try and avoid tripping. So at the moment, if I now run it in dual fuel, so a mixture of gas and mains at 2 kilowatt, this is very handy, especially in the winter months if you want to get up to temperature really quickly. So we've now selected a power source, but we now need to turn the system on. So if we now come to the off button just here, press the on, and now the system has now fired up. As soon as you turn the system on and you give it a power source, as long as there's water in the boiler, it will automatically start to heat the water up. And to control the temperature of the radiators, just move across to the symbol just here, and then just use the plus and the minus just here to pick whatever temperature you would like it to be inside the caravan. Whenever the heating is running, you will get the circulation pump symbol just here to let you know the fluid is moving around the radiators. This will go all the way up to 30 degrees and drop all the way down to 5 degrees for frost protection. This little picture of a tap is the water boost facility. So if you do want extra hot water, you can use this. Very handy if there's going to be more than one of you having showers in quick succession of each other, or if you just want hot water very quickly. If you do perform this boost, so if I now turn it on and the heating is running, the heating will turn off as it needs to use the extra power. So if I now turn it back off again, you'll now see that the heating has come back on. You can make this more complicated if you wish by coming down to this bottom icon just here and then hitting the on or plus button, and you'll get a load more little symbols appear, and then you can set timers etc. in this part. I always suggest reading the manual if you are going to do this, as it is quite complicated. So now if I just go back and I turn it off, the system has now turned itself back off again, but it will always remember whatever you had it on last. So if I now turn it back on again, as you can see, it's remembered all my settings from the previous time. But I will now turn everything back off again, and I'll drop the thermostat down to 5 degrees. If I now move over to the bench seat just here and remove the cushions, and I now lift up and just remove this section just here, you can see the Aldi boiler just here. We then have the onboard water tank, the water pump just here with the surge dampener just sitting beside it. And then if I flap this open, you'll find a sticker just here that gives you all the information you need to know regarding how to switch between the onboard water tank and just drawing water directly from the aqua roll, etc. So if you are going to use the internal water tank, make sure that both of your yellow drain valves are in the closed position, and then that this is down like so, and then when you turn the water pump on and open a tap up, the water will be drawn directly out of the water tank. If you want your water to go to the taps directly from the aqua roll, just make sure it is in this position just here. To drain the system down for either travel or winterization, make sure that this is in this position, and then it's just a matter of flapping up both of the yellow levers. Make sure the water pump is turned off, or otherwise when you drain the system down, as you can now hear, the water pump will now frantically try to refill. When it comes to refilling, flap them back over again, fill up the fresh water tank, the aqua roll, drop in the submersible, and then turn the water pump on, and then it will begin to reprime the boiler. Once the boiler is reprimed, it will stop like it is now. You may need to open taps, etc., just to force out any air. Once it's running freely on both hot and cold, reclose, and then the system will be fully reprimed. When draining the system down, especially for winter, make sure you leave your taps open, because this will help release any airlocks in the system and make it drain down far more efficiently. Also underneath here we have the control board for the Power Touch motor mover. If I now just come across to the other bench seat and again just remove some of the cushions, you will see underneath here we have plenty of storage. We have the control box for the Sergeant alarm, and then just tucked at the back here are some 12-volt fuses. They are all labelled up, and they are mainly for components on the outside of the caravan. The PIR sensor for the alarm is just here. In the overhead locker just here is the consumer unit. So at the bottom is the 12-volt fuses. So if anything is not working on 12-volt, just check to see if you've blown a fuse. As you can see, they are numbered up and then just correspond on the sticker just here. At the top here are the mains trip switches. So you have the 3 individual MCBs, the main RCD and test button just here, again labelled up and correspond on the sticker just there. So if anything's not working on main supply, just check to see if you've tripped. We then have 3 isolator buttons just here for components that use mains electricity. So we have these 2 amber ones here for the heating and hot water. So if these are turned off, you just will not be able to get hot water or heating on the main supply. They are more for maintenance than anything else, so they can just be left in the on position. We then have the green one here for the battery charger, and again, if this is turned off, you will not be able to charge the leisure battery from the main supply. This top one here will illuminate in red if you have reverse polarity connected to the caravan. This can sometimes be found on some continental sites. Tucked down here you have full system shutdown, so if you're not using the caravan for long periods of time, you can press this button and it will then kill any residual draw on the leisure battery. You'll see you have a button here that says select and set. Most of this is for the workshop, but you can view the condition of the leisure battery just here. Also in here is the stereo, on and off just here. CD in here, eject just here. Change tracks and search for radio stations just here. Volume control just here. As you can see, it has an auxiliary as well to plug in iPods, etc. Back off again just here. Microwave just here. Always advisable to remove any contents for travel. This will work when the caravan is connected to mains electricity. We have quick start just here, stop, then we have all the normal wait time, defrost, etc. Your auto menu just there, power levels. Directly beneath that is the hob. So we've got the electric hot plate just here, and like the microwave will work when the van is connected to main supply, and it operates just here. Then we have the 3 gas rings, and it's just a matter of push in, twist and press the igniter. Beneath that is the grill, and again just push in and press the igniter. And then the oven. Beneath the oven you will find storage and also a plug plugged in, which is for the electric hot plate. Majority of the gas isolation taps are located in this cupboard here. They are colour coded and then will match on the sticker. Again, they're all in the on position, and quite frankly they can stay like that. I always say that they are more for maintenance. If you do smell gas in the caravan, go to the source and turn off the gas bottle. Next we have the Thetford fridge, on and off just here. At the moment the fridge is running on mains electricity with a little picture of the 2-pin plug. If I now press this button here, I can put it onto 12 volt maintain, which is what we need it on to keep the fridge cold whilst we are towing. At the moment we are going to get a flashing blue light and an error code because we are not connected up to a tow vehicle. If we don't have main supply, we can run the fridge on gas with a little picture of the flame. These particular fridges will just auto ignite themselves. If it fails to light, again you'll get a flashing blue light and an error number just here. If you think it may have not lit due to the fact there might be some air in the system, which is very common, especially when you've replaced a gas bottle, just literally turn the fridge off, turn it back on again, and then it will try again. Temperature control just here. TV and satellite points just there, 12 volt plug-in point, and then 2 main sockets. You also have in this cupboard here the extra satellite cables that come from the battery box, and a couple of more main sockets. If I now move through to the washroom, we have the freestanding table just in here, and then we have the shower. Do make sure that the shower screen is secure for travel. We then have the basin, and the toilet. So the bowl does swivel about, open to the cassette on the grey lever, and then push to flush on the top just here. Level indicator just here, so this will illuminate to let you know when the cassette needs emptying, and then just close again just here. If this has been left open and you try to remove the cassette from the outside, it will basically not remove. So if you do feel resistance, just make sure that nobody's left this open. We then have a heated towel rail. This only works when the caravan is connected to main supply, and it goes on and off just here. In the wardrobe, you will find the header tank for the Aldi heating system. Just make sure that the fluid is between the minimum and the maximum. Always take your reading once the heating is up to temperature, as it will expand in the tank. If it does need topping up, you can do this yourself if you wish. Just remove the collar, unscrew, and just remove this section just here, and then pop in the top up solution. Do make sure that you are using the correct Aldi solution. Also in here we have the television aerial. So we have the digital amplifier just here, so on and off, and then control the boost just here. And then the aerial itself is just located here. To raise it, undo the collar, and then just push the mast up, and then get it into the position that you require. This red dot here just represents which way it's facing. And then what you can also do at the moment, it's in the horizontal position, we can flip it into a vertical position for additional tuning, and all you need to do is literally just turn this tail. Do make sure that the aerial is down for travel. Beds in this model can either be 2 singles, or you can just have a double. For the double, just pull out the slats and then just drop the back cushions into place, just like so.